we are going to configure our DNS server. The DNS server would have been partially installed during the installation of the Active Directory when we promoted the Windows 2008 server to the domain controller. Now we actually have to configure it. Your DNS server or DNS Server Services essentially translates your domain name to IP address and vice versa. So when you type in your long name, say www.google.com, it translates to an IP address and makes the necessary connection. Let's just sign on. For example, let's go to Server Manager and we go down to Roles. It's connecting the data. As you can see, DNS server has already been installed. It simply hasn't been configured as yet, but there's a partial installation. So let's just close that and go to Start, Administrative Tools. You have DNS, and we need to set up the forward lookup and the reverse. Well, the forward lookup rules or the forward lookup zones have already been set up. We have the Active Directory, so we simply need to set up the reverse lookup zones. So you right click on that, it's a new zone, next, and we're going to leave the primary zone as default, next, and to allow domain controllers in this domain, click next. We're going to leave it as a default IPv4 reverse lookup, next, and your network ID, that would have been our IP address that we would have set. The reverse lookup zone translates IP addresses into DNS names, and the network ID was 192.168.0. And your reverse lookup name. Let's set the network ID 192.168.0. Click next and allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. Click next and finish. So under the reverse lookup zones, it is running. As we continue, you go into your forward lookup zone, right click, new host, your name, which is the name of the server, type that in, VERA, and the IP address 192.168.0.1. That's my IP address here. If you wish, you can double check. IP config, just to double check, 192.168.0.1, and create add host. The host record server A was successfully created. You say OK and done. And here it is. That concludes the configuration of your DNS server. Stay tuned when we're going to configure our DHCP server.